Greetings, one and all. Welcome to NHL Ideas, the show where I discuss certain ideas that could be implemented within the NHL or the hockey world as a whole. Today's topic is cage helmets, and should they be mandatory in the National Hockey League? Within the last few years, the National Hockey League has introduced a ruling that all players entering the league for the first time must wear a visor in order to prevent as many eye-related injuries as possible. However, players already in the league before this ruling was made that didn't wear a visor don't have to wear a visor. So you'll see guys like Derek Dorsett and Tanner Glass. Those are the sort of guys that won't be wearing visors. They didn't wear them before the ruling came in. They don't have to wear them afterwards. I think that's fine. I think that makes sense. It's kind of similar to when helmets were first introduced to the NHL. If you were coming into the league, you had to wear a helmet, but if you didn't wear a helmet when you joined the league, you didn't have to wear one for the rest of your career, which I think is fine. I think that's an okay ruling. That doesn't mean that if you didn't wear a helmet beforehand, or if you didn't have a visor beforehand, you can't get one, but I think the choice for the people already in the league makes sense. Based on the need to wear a visor nowadays, especially to protect from injury, my suggestion would be, why not try and prevent even more injuries by making players wear cage helmets? It won't just prevent eye injuries, but facial injuries in general. Cage helmets are already used in several junior circuits, with the most notable being college leagues. Very much the Frozen 6 or the Frozen 4, or whatever they're called. They very much use use cage helmets within college leagues. And now with more and more players graduating from these college leagues to play in the NHL, very much now more than ever, many players will already be aware of what it is like to play with a cage helmet, and there won't be a huge adjustment period for a large group of players. Also, the need for extra big visors for players such as Mark Stahl, who took a puck to the eye several years ago and wasn't sure if he was going to be able to see again, let alone play in the league again, would not be needed. You wouldn't need the extra big visors for specific players. And also, you wouldn't need jaw guards that allow players with jaw injuries to still play in games that they might not be playing if they didn't have the jaw guard. I think you'd be killing two birds with one stone with the cage helmet, I think. You wouldn't need to have the extra big visors. You wouldn't need to have the jaw guards. That would cover the whole thing for you. It would solve two problems with one helmet. With the cage helmets, it's highly unlikely that the eye or the jaw areas will risk injury as much as they are at risk in the league right now. However, of course, we will look at this from the other side of the coin. Many people argue that cage helmets, or they argue against cage helmets because they limit a player's vision on the ice compared to a standard NHL helmet. My response to that would be the same thing was said about goalie masks when they were first introduced into the league. Now you aren't allowed to play without one. If a goalie's mask comes off during a game, the players drop dead. The play is stopped, the whistle is blown, and you have to wait for the goalie to put the helmet back on or go and get it fixed. There's a huge focus on making sure players have protective headwear, so why not go a step further is what I would say. Now, maybe I'm just ahead of my time here with this sort of idea. Maybe this will be the case in the next few years. It might not be, but I think it should be. Also, it's argued that the cage helmets are heavier than standard NHL headwear, and they don't limit as many injuries as you may think. But with the NHL wanting to put the health and safety of their players and the prevention of injuries at the forefront of how they grow the game, surely this would be the right way forward, or it at least should be spoken about by the league GMs or Commissioner Gary Bettman. I think it should at least be part of the conversation that's taking place within the GM meetings and the rule changes within the league. Sure, cage helmets don't look pretty at all. They're ugly things, let's be honest. Cage helmets are quite ugly. But I'd rather wear an ugly helmet and not get a puck to the face than wear a nice looking helmet and end up having to miss a load of games due to injury. I don't know what the players might think about this, but I would think they would maybe think along the similar sort of lines. Would you rather miss 20 games of the season with a jaw injury, or would you rather wear an ugly ass looking helmet? I'd choose the ugly ass looking helmet. I very much believe that this might be the way forward for the NHL. I really think that this might be a smart move for the NHL to introduce cage helmets, because, as we say, with concussions and everything coming out recently, health and safety is one of the most important things about the game nowadays. And I'm glad that the NHL do that. It's important to put the safety of your players before anything else. Because if the players are safe, they're having fun, and we're having fun watching it as fans. So why not try and limit as many injuries as possible? That's what I think. But there you go. I want to know what you think. Do you think cage helmets are the way forward for the NHL? Or would they be little difference in the amount of facial injuries? Would there be a tiny amount of change in the amount of injuries if we brought in cage helmets? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to know what you guys think. But thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. Please feel free to like, subscribe, share, or watch some of my other videos. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.